It's happened. We've got our next dragon. The mega dragons have been very busy. The last update that I put up for you guys was about the red mega dragon. I described it to you as something massive, the size of multiple mountain ranges. And I described how as this red dragon rose up from its slumber deep within the earth, it overviewed our entire earth, and it did so with a fiery energy. It was, and this is the word that I used in the video, I said, this dragon is pissed. The dragon was angry, flying over earth as if to say, hold on, this was not what we agreed to. And I think all of us have felt that in our hearts, felt that fiery rage that says, this is not okay. The realm that we're living in is so manipulated, and we know that. So the rage came up in all of us too. The clearing came up in all of us too. And what I say to you as that red dragon rose, I say to you, oh, we're going to see everything that's been hidden, everything that's been suppressed. That red dragon is just bringing it up to the surface. It's kind of like this volcanic energy. We then have very recently had the blue dragon rising. The contrast is beyond words. The distinction is so distinct between these two beings. The blue dragon, definitely one of the mega dragons. Oh, shall I stop and tell you what the mega dragons are? Okay. The mega dragons are a group of beings that belong to Eden. I will link a video about Eden. It's what a lot of people call New Earth, except Eden is the true Earth. Eden is not a new planet. It's our original planetary consciousness that's coming back online now. When Earth became hijacked into the false matrix, so it stopped being Eden, it started being Earth, which was when we fell into the clutches of the false matrix. At that point, we had guardians upon Eden, many from the elemental kingdom, and among them were these mega dragons. A couple of you have asked me how many there are, and I still can't give you a definitive answer. 7, 9, it's a handful of them. These are elemental beings, and what's gorgeous is as you see them fly, and obviously I'm seeing them energetically flying, as you witness their flight, they are surrounded by a legion of other elemental beings. In other words, other smaller dragons, which we would think of as rather large, but compared to the mega dragons, there's a legion of smaller dragons flying around them, as well as other members of the elementals. So those are the fairies and the Devic kingdom. They're the gnomes, the pixies, the elves, the orbs. You guys have seen, I'm sure you have. You've seen them in your photographs. You've maybe seen them flitting across your living room, especially when they pick up light, these orbs. They are elemental beings. They've been very busy in the sky, and boy, oh boy, the elementals are rising right now. But what does that mean? When I talk about these mega dragons and the elemental kingdom, what I'm talking about is the planetary consciousness of Eden is rising, and it's taking us with it, whether we're ready or not, whether we're prepared or not. We're so used to imagining that we're in control when, of course, in reality, we've been controlled. But the con of living in the false matrix is that it's been our creation. So this is very new territory for humanity, to realize that we're being up-leveled, and we either go along with the up-leveling that's happening right now, or we succumb to our own darkness and our own density, because that's exactly what's taking place upon the planet. Now, the mega dragons, we understand, right? They are custodians of Eden. They are guardians of Eden. And when Earth volunteered, I know it's always so difficult. I have to pause every time I say this, because so few of us can imagine, wait, we volunteered. Our planetary consciousness, Eden, would have volunteered to become Earth, the false matrix. Why? Because there were so many human beings that wanted to play in the illusion that we've been playing in. But enough is enough, and it's time to call the journey home. When we fell into the clutches of the false matrix, yes, we volunteered to do that. Yes, we were manipulated into doing that. All of the above are true. The elementals were asked to leave. The archons who ran the false matrix said, okay, elementals, you, the guardians of Eden, cannot be here. And there were many who left and many who refused to leave. And those who refused to leave were the mega dragons. They said, we will go into a stasis, a kind of a slumber for the duration of the false matrix, but we will not forsake Eden. We will not forsake humanity. And so they did not. And because we're being flooded by an influx of cosmic light that's waking up the human beings, it is also waking up the dragons. They knew that this would happen. And the archons of the false matrix were hoping against all hopes that they could prevent this from happening, hoping against all hopes that they could keep humanity in a slumber and blindside us so that the planet that they've been controlling for so long would not awaken. It is so far beyond awakening at this stage. The very core, the very foundation of our planetary consciousness is evolving on a daily basis. And when I say evolving, that simply means coming back online again. The blue dragon is long and sleek, and a very pale blue, and a lot of silver. And what's beautiful about him, so this is interesting, the red dragon is male, the blue dragon is male. So in other words, the first two dragons that have risen are both masculine energies. We'll talk about why. He's got this white, and I don't know the word, is it whiskers, is it moustache? I can't tell you, but it's very beautiful. So this long, I want to say sleek. I don't even know what the right word is for something this massive. Could I even call it sleek? Compared to the fiery red dragon, the blue dragon is more slender, as long. And it has kind of like thinner features, but this beautiful white moustache. Its skin appears to glow, very much like the red dragon did. So instead of me seeing scales or a solid kind of a fleshy look, what I'm seeing is the silvery blue. Imagine a powder blue, a silvery blue or a powder blue light emanating from this being. His presence is peace, it's water, it's stillness, it's serenity, it is calm, calm, calm. So we've had this red dragon burst up, and now we've got the calming waters of the blue dragon. Do not ever, and you should know this, underestimate, however, the power of peace and the power of calm. And look at the power of the two and how they're now beginning to work together and balance each other out. And there is a third dragon in the process of rising. She's the first of the females to come. I don't want to talk too much about her yet. Let me first share the blue dragon's awakening journey, because I'd rather talk about the dragons once they have awoken. Our female dragon is busy yawning. That's the best way I can put it. That, oh, I'm getting ready to rumble. I'm getting ready to rustle. The awakening is so far happening dragon by dragon. And it's very strategic, the way in which they're rising to the surface. This is an energetic chain of command, you could say. This is an energetic harmonic that they're following. Why would there be two masculine energies first? Because the masculine paves way for the feminine. Oh, and I must just tell you, I'm squinting into the camera today. Oh, that actually really helps me a lot, because I'm not sitting in my office. You can see I've got my Dragon Mountains behind me. Literally, I've always referred to these mountains. It's a massive mountain range as the Dragon Mountains. There are so many dragon beings here inside these mountains, and they started rising, I think it was about 2018, somewhere around there. I remember putting up videos at the time and even doing workshops at the time called Dragon Riders. In fact, those are still available. And while I remember to tell you they are discounted, I will leave a coupon code in the description for you. And the reason why is because this is the time to learn to connect with the dragons. So back to my mountains behind me. They're in my background today, kind of by chance, but also on purpose, a higher purpose. The chance is that I have a knee injury right now, and because of my knee injury, I can't climb the stairs to get up into my office. The knee injury is healing. Thank you for your love and concern. My Plasma Light Tribe, my membership, you guys are so precious. I have been sent so much love and healing remedies since everybody knows that my knee is sore. It's in the process of recovering. But that's why I'm in my bedroom. That's where I am right now. I'm in my bedroom. That's my view from my bedroom. I'm very spoiled. But the Dragon Mountains kind of made their way. That's how I see it. They forced their way into today's video. Putting it that way, think of your own life. Everything happening in your life right now is forcing you to your next clearing, to your next level. So that's why I'm kind of squinting into the camera right now, because I'm not in my comfortable environment. The lighting here is really not great for me. It's really bad, but everything is forcing me, and everything is forcing you, and everything is forcing us into a place where we can only heal. This is not, I repeat, not about perfection. This is not about how right can I be, how elegant can I be. This is about how authentic can I allow myself to be. And at times you're going to feel like your guts is on the floor. At times you're going to feel so vulnerable, so exposed. At times, this is the energy of the blue dragon. It's raw. Because that's what that blue watery energy is. It reduces us to our fundamental truth and gives us nowhere to hide and nowhere to run and everything to face. And that might sound scary, except for the fact that the energy of the blue dragon, it's just raining down on our planet right now. And as it does, there's this crystalline light. It's like a buffer. There's this crystalline light that just surrounds us and therefore enables us to look at the stuff that we didn't look at before. So you are held in a way that your mind will never be able to comprehend. And it is this that enables us, each one of us, to journey through the next couple of weeks. It seems to me that as a mega dragon arises, we need a couple of weeks to kind of acclimate. Okay, let's talk about it, you guys. Everyone, so many people have been asking me, Kerry, what about this comet 3i Atlas, 3i Atlas, 3i freaking Atlas in my comment section? Whew. When there's a distraction campaign, my darlings, it's intense. That's the answer. When you don't see me talking about something everybody else is, there is a reason. Distraction. Am I saying there's no comet? No, there's a comet. Yes, absolutely. Apparently it's near Mars right now. So apparently there's very high visibility of it right now. Is this the first time? Will it be the last time that we've had some kind of object pass through our direct solar system that comes from very, very, very far away? No, of course it's behaving weirdly. Of course it's behaving differently. It's not from around here. It's something foreign. But there is so much that we could look at. For example, we could look at the mass UFO sightings that's going on right now, because, my darlings, as the elementals, our beautiful mega dragons, being part of them, fly up in the sky again. They take stewardship of the sky again. They open the sky again. UFOs are aplenty. UFOs are abound. There are so many of them right now, but we're on YouTube looking at 3i Atlas, distraction. Is it the most important thing in the sky at the moment? Hell no. It's insignificant compared to what's really going on. And that is this influx of spacecraft. Instead of spending all this time looking at 3i Atlas, why don't you spend some time just being outside at night? Now, that doesn't mean that you can't see craft and UFO in the day, because I've been very blessed to see them both in the day and the night. And sometimes the daylight sightings are so obvious. It's like they're trying to catch your attention. So whenever suits you, go outside. And even if you don't see a craft, feel. Because I'm telling you now, they're communicating with all of us. Do not fall for the distractions, because there will be many, and they will be plentiful, and they will be loud, and there will be one person after the next, after the next, after the next, just rehashing, putting it in your face over and over again, just like the campaign with 3i Atlas. It's a campaign for distraction. Am I saying that nothing's going to come of it? Oh, maybe there's some kind of energetic repercussion, sure. Do you remember, it was, oh God, what was it, like 2 years-ish ago? It was a very, very similar thing. And I'm racking my brain as I'm looking at you right now going, what the hell was the name of it? Will you let me know in the comments? There was a similar type of thing where there was something coming through our atmosphere, or rather through our solar system, Moa, something like that. And scientists were going, is it a comet? Is it an abandoned spacecraft? Do you remember? There was all this focus on this odd shape, and everything about it was strange, just like 3i Atlas. There's going to be many of these things. This is not the contact that we've been waiting for, you guys. The aliens are not going to come jumping out of 3i Atlas going, hey guys, here we are. But spend time outside, or hell, even spend time inside, meaning inside you. And isn't that the ultimate combination? Spend time inside you while being outside. And just feel the Galactics are speaking to each one of us. But we have to get out of the distraction. We've lived in a false matrix, and the false matrix has been running us. It's time to run our lives again. The mega dragons are rising. They are our allies. They're our reminders. They are our support crew. The blue dragon, as we now realize, is bringing up all the vulnerability, all of the raw stuff from deep within us, but with such bolstering. But receive the bolstering. With such love, but receive the love. With such presence, but perceive of the presence. Now, a lot of you are going to say, how do I perceive of this and how do I receive this? Here's where a lot of us don't realize we're fundamentally missing out. In order to receive cosmic light, in order to perceive the galactic presence, you have to be stationed somewhere inside of you. You have to connect to you. And we have all been born to a false matrix that taught us to connect outside, to everything, to all the distractions. And that's where we remain to this day. And if anybody says to me, but Kerry, why haven't we ascended yet? But my darling, there's the reason why. Because we still persist on living in a new era with the old rules. Meaning it's just a different story, but it's going on out there. And I am engaged and I am enraged and I am out there. We need to center and to reconnect and to realign. And this is called energy work, because you are an energy being and these dragons are primarily energetic. Oh, we can see them at the physical, just like you. You're an energy being who's showing up at the physical level. Dragons are exactly the same. So just because I describe something as energy doesn't mean it's non-existent, because we tend to do this. We tend to say, if it's not solid, physical, and real, then it's insignificant to me. This is so significant to you. This is your life, your journey of ascension. It's taking place right now. Don't let it pass by and then you say, gee, I never saw it happening. Connect deep within you, root deep within you. Oh, darlings, I have so many meditations to support you. Root chakra meditation comes to mind. The Dragon Riders course that I spoke about earlier, that comes to mind. But reach out for them. And it doesn't have to be that you're supporting me. You don't have to support Kerry K. You can support whoever supports you. But reach out, reach beyond where you are right now. I was writing a little piece yesterday. You know, I love to write poetry, and I wrote this little piece yesterday. And just the snippet that I remember was something about putting a Gucci bag over your shoulder to hide your heartache. Isn't that the way that we've been running life in the false matrix? Putting on something to kind of shield us at the external level. Look at me, I'm all together. Yet at the internal level, we can be falling apart. And we've been taught to invest at the external level. Invest in the Gucci bag. That's a good investment. Yes, that's self-care, people will say. Meanwhile, your heart's on the floor. So we have to take control of ourselves, our realm, and our reality right now. And the blue dragon is bringing up everything on the inside. The red dragon was all, by the way, was all about external political events that we needed to start seeing through. The blue dragon is see through you. Come home to you. Nestle into your heart, into the safe space that you've been locked out of. Isn't it ironic? Isn't it amazing that so many people haven't seen their own tender, beautiful heart as their safe space? They don't curl up into their own heart. They try to curl up into the arms of a lover or another and think that that's safety when they haven't even ventured into the territory of their own inner nest because it's messed up in there. It's got barbed wire in there. It hurts in there. The blue dragon is all about clearing this out now. And yes, there is something so pleasant and beautiful about curling up in the arms of another once. And only once you know what it is to be able to be seated in the center of yourself. There are gifts coming, but to receive them, you cannot be externally focused. You have to receive them from the inside by being inside. There's energy work that supports you in doing that. And this is the time to follow that energy work. So let's do just a snippet. As I say to you, from my heart, let yourself feel it. Let yourself. Feel that waft, feel that wave, feel that beautiful, sparkly, silvery, pale blue light. From my heart and from the heart of the cosmos. All the way into yours. All the way. And you'll feel that there's a moment, almost like a sticking point, that you've got to breathe through. There's a moment where you've got to choose to let it in deeper, deeper than ever before. Choose that moment, and I'll be right there with you.